What's going on, everybody? It's How To Tuesday, and today we're going to talk about how to make your guide very happy if you're fishing on a skiff. And in order to make your guide very happy, there's a lot of things that you can do. You could bring him lunch. You could bring him some good things to drink. You could not bring a lot of stuff on the boat. But this particular tip that we're going to talk about is one that will probably make a lot of guides happy if you can work it into your routine. Okay, and that is practice casting on the skiff. It's not necessary, and it shouldn't be done. You don't need to be casting and casting and casting and casting, especially with a fly rod. That practice should have happened before you got on the boat, and you should be confident with your skills before you get on the boat, if possible. Now, I know that's not possible for everybody. You don't sit around practice casting like some other people do. You work, that's fine, I understand that. But out of respect for the fish, out of respect for the guide, out of respect for your own time, you should do some practicing and be confident in your skills. And there's a lot of drills that you can do at home where you can put a hula hoop out, 2 hula hoops out in your yard. You can stand there with a hula hoop in front of you simulating the deck of a boat. You can strip into that hula hoop, pick up, make a couple of false casts, put it down into one hula hoop, and then let's pretend like the fish didn't eat it. You pick up, you make another false cast, and you shoot to another target at a different distance and a different time on the clock, maybe a little bit left of that. So an 11 o'clock shot and a 10 o'clock shot. The first shot's at 40 feet, the next shot's at 50 feet. Just practice that. And then when you get on the boat, you don't want to be just false casting and practicing. There's a couple of things that can happen. You can get a wind knot in your leader, very likely, and then when a fish shows up, you're going to hook a fish and break them off. You can be practice casting it at what seem to be unproductive times, and you make a long cast, and boy, here come the bonefish. Here comes the permit. Here come the tarpon. And guess what? Those are the only ones you're going to see for the day. That's just kind of how it works sometimes. Other days, get lots of action. But you don't want your only shot to happen when you're not ready for it. So you want to get in the boat, strip your line out, re-strip it back into the cockpit, to your stripping basket, to the cockpit of the boat, wherever you're storing your line. Stand there in the ready position and be ready to go. Okay? That is how great anglers do it. They don't sit around there false casting and practicing their cast when it's time to fish. Practicing happens off the water or at another time or at a different place. That is a big tip. Now, if you're spin fishing, same thing goes. If your guide takes you permit fishing, you get this beautiful crab, he hooks it on there for you, and you start practice casting to see how far you can cast. Might be okay to do it once or twice so you know how far you're going to cast, but if you keep doing that, you're going to kill your crab. And when a permit shows up, your crab's going to be tired or dead or something that's not all that attractive to the permit, and you're going to miss your shot. So you want to keep that crab in the water as much as possible, and you want to cast it as little as possible so that when you do cast it, when it counts, he's going to be frisky, moving around, and the permit's going to pounce on him and eat him. Okay? So again, the practice casting, you can find something that's the weight of a live crab, or you can go get some live crabs when you're just practice casting, and you can practice casting these crabs when you're not fishing on the boat with a guide, so that when you do get the shot, that's when it counts. You know, you don't go bow hunting and while you're out there waiting for a deer, practice shooting your bow a whole bunch of times. You've already done that practice, so that when the deer shows up, you're going to be able to shoot it with one arrow, one shot, because you've already done the practice. So it's the same thing with fishing. It'll make your guide very happy. Another thing that can happen with fly fishing, making false casts, is that you can have a little barracuda about 12 inches long. It'll come and snip your bonefish fly right off. You can't see the thing. You don't know it's there. You feel a little tap, and your good bonefish fly is gone. You lost it. So now the guide has to retie or get into his bag, find a new fly, if he even has another one of those, and tie that on. Maybe you need a new leader it's just not a good thing. So you'll make your guide much, much happier if you practice your casting before you get to the boat, and then just be ready for your shots. Practice later. Practice when you're off the water. When you're on the boat, be on point, be ready to go, and be confident in your casting. All right, that's it for today. How To Tuesday. That's how to make your guide happy by not false casting and not killing your bait. All right, that's it for this week. We'll see you next week.